At over 400 pounds, Greg Kovacs was widely considered the largest and strongest bodybuilder of all time. Ronnie Coleman, a former police officer and powerlifter, went on to become arguably the greatest bodybuilder ever. Both men built reputations on moving extreme weight. But when we separate documented lifts from reported claims, who was actually stronger? We begin with the seated dumbbell press. In 2003, Ronnie achieved a PR, pressing the 160-pound dumbbells for 7 repetitions. Flex magazine reported that Greg pressed the 200-pound weights for 12 reps. However, in later interviews, Greg claimed his best was 6 reps. Despite the discrepancy, that's 25% heavier weight for nearly the same number of repetitions, giving Greg the early edge. Next, the squat. Ronnie, equipped in a single-ply suit with knee wraps, famously squatted 800 pounds for 2 reps. Later, in numerous interviews, he claimed,
"Those 2 reps were a lot lighter than I thought. And I was like, man, I could have did it at least 4 more reps."
Greg claimed a best of 750 pounds for 15 reps, a number that, if accurate, would eclipse the strongman squat world record held by Big Z and obliterate every squat record in the history of powerlifting. But there are complications. Greg's former friend Nasser El Sombati stated he never saw or heard of Greg performing barbell squats. The only image of Greg squatting shows him on a counterbalanced Smith machine with a combined weight of 550 pounds, far below the 750-pound claim and clearly not to competition depth. Because of that, this round is far less straightforward than it first appears. Now to the bench press. Ronnie benched 500 pounds for 5 reps, including 1 assisted. On paper, Greg blows that away, with a claimed best of 725 pounds for 2 reps. However, there is no evidence, and if true, it would certainly have been performed on a Smith machine. Later articles list Greg's best at a more realistic 495 pounds for 12. That would still place him ahead of Ronnie, but not by as much. From chest to back, the barbell row. Ronnie worked up to 495 pounds for 8 clean reps, albeit with some momentum. Early Flex articles reported that Greg rode 585 pounds for 7 reps. Again, there is no video or photographic evidence of that lift. The closest visual example is a 200-pound dumbbell row. In a later interview, Greg stated he could row 495 pounds for 6, matching Ronnie's weight but for fewer reps, and based on that, this round's a win for Ronnie. Moving to the incline press. Ronnie's best stands at 405 pounds for 9 reps, including 2 assisted. Greg's numbers vary across various articles. His best is said to be 675 pounds for 6 reps, but, according to a 2012 interview, his PR at that weight was only 2 reps. That lift was performed on a Smith machine, making a direct comparison more complicated, but based on the sheer difference in weight, it's another win for Kovacs. Next, the dumbbell press. Ronnie famously pressed the 200-pound dumbbells for 12 reps just 5 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia. Greg had custom 225-pound dumbbells made and is stated to have performed 8 reps. That's 12% more weight for roughly 30% fewer repetitions, making this one extremely close and effectively a draw. Finally, the lateral raise. Ronnie performed this exercise after heavy overhead pressing, working up to the 70-pound dumbbells for 8 reps. Greg also trained laterals following the overhead press and reached the same 70-pound weight for 8 to 10 reps. However, Greg performed the movement seated and with significantly stricter form. When execution is taken into account, not just the weight, Greg takes the win. Now pause the video, review the results, then consider the huge difference in body weight and that Ronnie was only 5 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia, and drop a comment below letting me know who was actually stronger. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, share the video and subscribe for more. Thank you.